When the ATF or any other governmental agency starts to make decisions and reclassify things, what you really have to do is ask yourself, why are they doing that? Hi folks, Van Prepper here. Today we're going to take a look at two recent decisions by the ATF, or potential decisions, and how those things affect us as gun owners and what the motivations behind them are. You know, I wasn't actually going to do a video on these because so many people have done them already, but it really is troubling, and I think if one person sees this video that wasn't aware of this, then this video was a success and it was worth me making it. We're going to look at three specific things. The first is H.R. 378, which is a House bill, and it's sponsored by a Florida Democrat, and the bill essentially would make it illegal for private citizens to possess Type 3 classified armor. Now, Type 3 classified armor is the only armor that's remotely useful. The other stuff can stop up to a 22, but you know, in realistic setting, when do you have to defend yourself against a 22? When do you need that body armor? And the question I really have about this is, how is having defensive armor somehow a danger to somebody, or make me a potential terrorist or a potential anything? This is a defensive tool. It's not an offensive tool. Unless I run up and bludgeon somebody over the head with this armor, which I can do with a hammer or anything else, there's really no offensive use for this material. So why is the House looking to make this illegal for private citizens to possess? Because how does my having body armor somehow threaten somebody else? And the sad part about this is it is based largely on a complete and total lack of knowledge of the subject matter, as most gun control or other things are by politicians, and it is also based largely on fear and misunderstanding. You know, this Type 3 stuff, they make it sound like, you know, oh my goodness, you could withstand a nuclear blast with this. Give me a break. That's not what it is. And the potential to face 10 years in prison for simply possessing body armor of the Type 3 or higher is ridiculous. Now, on each of the things I'm going to mention today, we need to be busy making phone calls, sending emails, and making our voices heard, because that right now is the mechanism that we have in front of us to kind of have action or to stop action. So call your representatives and shut this thing down before it even gets started. I also want to look at two recent decisions from the ATF. The first is that a couple of months ago, they decided to reclassify something. The AR pistols, if you had a shoulder brace for those and they were being shoulder fired, they were classified as a short barrel rifle. They were not classified as pistols. Well, the ATF made a decision reversing its decision and decided to classify those, whether you have the shoulder brace or not, as pistols. The AR pistol is now a pistol, no matter what you have for it, even if you're firing it like a rifle. Now that, in and of itself, got some news within the gun community. You know, we know what we're doing here, but that dovetails directly with the decision that they are potentially going to make, and I would maintain that they have already made, because they had to make the other decision in order to make this decision possible. You couple that with the fact that they are now considering, and I would maintain have already made the decision, they're just making it look like they're going to take public input, to make certain types of 5.56, the green-tipped ammo, reclassify that as armor piercing. And since it is armor piercing, and they have classified the AR-15 pistol, reclassify that as a pistol again, even if you have the shoulder fire mechanism, the ammunition that can be fired out of that is the green tip ammo. And they have decided that because that can be fired out of there, they have deemed arbitrarily that there is no sporting use for that. There's no legitimate sporting or hunting use for that. It's armor piercing. Words matter. And you can't just change the definition of words to suit the outcome that you want to achieve. In this case, the ATF is trying to backdoor make certain types of ammunition illegal for the citizens to possess, which is then going to make it much more difficult to get use out of your firearms that fire 5.56, 223 ammo. These are very popular rounds. They've been used forever. There is no demonstration anywhere that there was a danger in these rounds. They are not armor piercing at all, and there is certainly no demonstration that there is some enhanced danger to this type of ammunition being used in some aggressive or shooting spree that is going to attack the government or whatever nonsense it is. This is just a backdoor attempt, all three of these backdoor attempts at gun control and people control. Folks, The government has no legitimate reason to fear me having armor-piercing ammunition that's not really armor-piercing ammunition, for me having an AR-15 pistol that isn't really a pistol because I'm shoulder firing it, and it certainly doesn't have anything to fear from me having Type 3 body armor or higher. This is nonsense, and it is being done by those who seek to make us as defenseless as possible. Let me know what you think. As always, check me out on Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and right here on YouTube. I'm Van Prepper. Happy shooting, everybody.